Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the flight deck. Hope you're all doing well. It's a Monday, rainy and overcast Monday here in Toronto. But we're here to continue on our world tour. We are currently up on Adak Island, up in the Aleutians, where we flew to from Singapore, or sorry, not Singapore, Sapporo in Japan last week. And we're going to continue. We're staying in the Aleutians. We're flying up to Cold Bay. It's about 550 or so miles, and we'll be heading up there. Weather's not too bad, and certainly not as windy as it was when we arrived here last week. Joining us is Kevin. He will be flying along, and it looks like Oki is currently loading in as well, so that's going to be fantastic. So let's hop on board. We'll start getting the aircraft fired up, and we'll get the passengers on board as well. Let's just hop in. We'll just pop out. There's Kevin sitting over there in his looks like he brought the A310. I thought he was bringing the 600 737-600, but looks like he's in the A310. So we got some big airplanes in a small airport. This is going to be very interesting. Anyway, time to get this baby up and running, get some heat in the back. It is not too bad here, actually. The winds are only about 4 or 5 knots, and according to the automated weather, it's only -2, so it's pretty good. Alright, so cockpit preparations are done. Parking brake set, ground power is connected, external power is on, batteries are now available. And we can call
this
for...
parking is too small for your
Yes,
aircraft.
I'm well aware of that. We'll call for boarding.
Boarding requested.
Do you want to reposition aircraft at default position? No.
Do you want a board crew?
No.
Passengers bus is coming.
We're already here. Alright, so they're busting it out as there's no jetway, and they'll be coming up the stairs. So we'll get the ADIRs up and going. Evac is set to Captain Purser. We'll get the signs on in the back. And we'll turn up the lights. Again, it's a little bit dark in here, so we'll get the panel backlights illuminating anyway. Crew oxygen is now on. Generators 1 and 2 on and in fault. Packs 1 and 2 on and in fault. Cockpit heat will leave where it is. Do our APU. Engine 1. Engine 2. And emergency exit lights are now armed. Icing indicator, standby compass switch is
Passengers boarding
on.
started.
And cargo heat is set to cold. So a little out of order. I'm going to start the APU now, just to get some heat going into the back. And we'll let that fire up. So tomorrow we're back in Fly 2, flying the 737-700 for Fly 2. And we're heading back to Egypt, this time out of Manchester. So it should be another good, fairly long flight. Hi, Oki. How are you doing? Alright, so we can come down now and start getting this all set up. So we're going to swing over here to my flight. We'll bring in the briefing. Come on. There we go. We're going to amend our takeoff time to our usual 2015. And we'll update that. That is good. Ground services are all looking fine. They're all loading in the back. So we're going to come over here to our mass and balance. 135 passengers, 2.9 tons of cargo, 7.2 tons of fuel. So we will load the aircraft. We'll do the instant load, and we will resend the load sheet so we have it. Yeah, it'll have to, it's like loading it in for the first time, I guess. That's okay, we got a little bit. We just started loading. Alright, so with that all set up, and all our fuel and everything board. Oh, there's somebody coming in. wonder if that's Oki. Anyway, let's get down here and we can start getting set up. So come over to Roger. We'll get the messages up. There we go. Let's just accept that. We'll return and use this one as our main one. And then over here we go. So engine type is good. Nav database good to the 19th of April. Secondary database is good. We'll clear the messages. And the APU should now be up. So we'll get the bleeds on, get the air moving in the back. And over to our initialization. So we'll bring in our route. There we go. And flight number is UKV 5556. Cost index of 25. I can hear the air moving in the back now. So hopefully get some nice warm air there. And our cruise altitude for today is flight level 350. Grab our winds. So our climb and descent winds are now in. And we can come over to page 2. So our zero fuel weight, and this is our final numbers, are 57.8. And our center of gravity is going to be 29.5. We'll enter that in there. We'll come over to our flight plan. And our reserve fuel for today is 1 ton. That's our reserve. And our final destination ton, no, it's all good. Our block fuel is going to be 7.2. Get that in there now. So that is all entered in. And over to the flight plan. I'm not sure why I'm seeing you as generic again, Oki, but it is what it is. So the current weather here at Adak Island, I've just grabbed it. It's automated weather, so I don't know how accurate it's going to be. Winds are 101 at 5 knots. Clear 0 degrees, 3064. Alright, so we'll switch over to inches. 3064 is very high pressure.
Thank you.
3064. Again, I've got your aircraft, so I don't know why it's doing that. That is weird. So 3064 is set. We'll set it in the standby as well.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Wow, a little bit of deja vu going on in the back of the airplane there. 3064 is set. And, oh, you're on the other apron. Oh, who's this then? I don't have another aircraft showing up connected to VATSim. Interesting. Anyway, let's see. It's wind 010 at 5, so we're going to be using runway 5 for departure. There are notes and everything for these departures here. So it says climb via 054 degrees to 4400, right turn to 5600, direct to the ADK NDB, continue on crossing at 5600 or higher before moving on course. So we're going to have to set all that up in the system here. So we'll come in here. We are going on our departure off of 05. And no SID. We're going to use the notes here for the departure. It's everything on board now. And we'll set it up through there. So SID none. Okay, that's good. For the arrival, just do a quick weather check here. Weather is showing we have 150 at 13, so 15 will be the runway. So we're going to do the ILS for runway 15. No stars, that's fine, and we'll insert that. And I'm just going to set that up now. And ILS runway 15. All right. So that is all set up. So the route is in. All right, so I'm gonna bring up the notes there and just set us up on our stuff. So we're gonna be climbing via 054. We're going to set an initial of 12,000 feet. And we want to be heading to the ADK MDB, or on a 54-degree bearing from the ADK NDB. So that NDB is, where's my airport frequencies? So that's going to be behind us. It's 114. So down to the rad nav. And 114. Why is that not going in? Let me just pull that up. 114 ADK. It's a DME. Alright, let's do it on the VOR. ILS, we want 054 as the course on that. So that is now showing. Climbing right turn to 5600 direct to the ADK NDB. So once we reach 4400 feet, we're going to make a right turn to the NDB, and then we're going to continue climbing until we cross 5600 feet at the NDB, and then we're going to proceed on course. So we're basically doing a right turn around the airport before we head out. Alright, so that is going to be our departure. So with that information done and that all accepted, we can head into the flight plan and we can come over to here and do our departure information. Alright, so PADK runway 5, surface is dry. We're going to load the final for the load sheets. We're going 1 packs on. We'll bring in the weather and calculate. I got a feeling it's going to be a toga. Oh, 59-degree flex. Okay. 134, 140, 140. 134. 140, 140. One three four 140 140. It's going to be 1 up 0.02, 1 up 0.2, And we have a flex of 59 degrees. All right, that is all set. And that's our final numbers, so we can come back to here. We're going to turn off that side. And we're good to carry on. So altimeters are set. 3064 transponder is set on 2000. PWS is on. GSC is on, or GCS is on. Fueling, loading, and boarding is complete. APU is up and running. APU bleeds are on. External power is now disconnected. Takeoff data is set and FCU is set. We'll come over to our ground services. We'll pull the chocks and the GPU. Everything is kind of moved away now. Flight directors are on both sides and radios. 122.8 is set. All right, I think we are pretty much ready to go.
We're ready to go when you are.
There's the cabin ready. We're not going to be pushing. We're going to do a stand start and then basically taxi straight out.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
Where are we?
If
We're on
finding a
apron.
location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat.
I don't know what they
Somebody
call
will
it.
assist you. If the overhead
North
bin
apron?
is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
Adak Island traffic,
Please double check that all
Skyways
your items are put away so that the
5556,
aisle is
sitting
clear
on
and
the
other
north
passengers
apron,
make their way
stand
to their
start.
seats. If you're in an
We'll
emergency
advise
exit
when
row,
taxiing.
please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you.
Alright.
If you're not able to comply with these actions,
Beacon lights
please
are
let
on.
the flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated.
Fuel
You're free
pumps
to use
are
portable
on.
electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once
Mission
you
mode
depart
selected
from the
to
gate.
start.
Thank you and welcome aboard.
Starting engine number 2.
Data traffic, meters 1 and 2 heading at the north apron, starting engine at 10.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 5556. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 23 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed.
So it looks like we're going to
We ask
taxi
that
out
you
on
make sure that all
Alpha.
devices are in airplane
Then we're going to
mode and your
backtrack
larger devices
05
are
to
now
the
set
end.
down and stowed. If
Turn
you have
around
not already,
for
please
departure.
fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all call.
Yeah, that guy who came in, he was on VATSim, but he was listed as flying a Kodiak 100. Oh, maybe that's why it's subbed in the Airbus generic. That makes sense.
Low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by
Alright, good
pulling
start
on
on
the end of the
engine
strap.
2, starting engine 1.
To release your
Alright, looking good.
Nothing necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Oxygen is flowing to the mask, and you can breathe normally. If you're traveling with
There's the
children,
bus
now's
kicking
the time to
over.
choose your favorite one. But secure your mask and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is
Just
located
watching
in the
for
pouch
the
underneath
available
or
to come
between
up.
the armrest. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest.
Here the
Push it
bleeds
over
are
the
on.
vest. Wrap the straps
And
around your
good
waist
engine
and buckle
start
at the front.
on
Pull the strap
number
tightly.
2.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly
Hey,
on
Kevin.
the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your
All
light
right,
vest
so
does not
generators
indicate
1
automatically,
and 2
low and
are
turn
now
off is
up
for manual
and
inflation.
on.
Each
Ignition
vest is
mode
equipped with a whistle
selector
and
to
light. If
normal.
necessary, your seat cushion can
Pro
be used
heats
as a
are
secondary
on
safety device.
automatic.
Pull the
Engine
cushion from the
NTAs,
seat,
swing
switch your arms
NTAs
to
not
straight straps,
required.
and hug the cushion
Packs
to your
1 and
chest.
2 are
Once
on.
again, all devices must be in
Flaps
airplane mode
1
and your larger
plus
devices
F.
must be turned off and stowed at this time.
Trim
Please securely stow your
0.2
personal
up.
items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their
So
full
we'll roll
upright
the trim
position.
back to
We remind you that this is
0.2.
a
Flight control
non-smoking
check.
flight.
Full left.
Tampering with, disabling, or
Full
destroying
right.
the smoke detectors
Neutral.
located in
Full
the lavatories
forward.
is prohibited by law.
Full back.
All of this
Neutral.
information can be found in the safety
Left
card
rudder.
located in the
Right
seat back in
rudder.
front of you.
Neutral.
Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope
All
you
right,
enjoy your flight.
APU bleed is off. APU is off. FCP is set. Engine instruments checked. Everything is looking good. Tiller is on. Nose light is on. We'll turn our turn off lights, wing lights on as well. And auto brakes set to max. Adak Island area traffic, skyways 5556, taxiing runway 05 via Alpha, backtracking 05 for the turnaround at Adak Island. Alright, so brakes are released.
And as a flat taxi base, there's one to go ahead following the skyways to runway 05, holding short 05, taxi by Alpha.
There we go. And Oki said he was. Oh, there's Oki down there. And yeah, I can see the colors on his tail, so it's all looking very nice. So ATC is up south of us. Oakland Pacific Oceanic is up, but we're currently in Anchorage, so we're not going to be talking with them at all, unless Anchorage comes up. All right, so we're just going to head down here. It's a little bit slippery here, but it hasn't been snowing, so the runway should be clear. This is supposed to be scenery here for Adak Island, but I got a feeling that the file is a little screwed up, so it's not showing. It didn't look correct when I installed it, but that's fine. We're only here once and then we're leaving. Let's make sure we keep her on the center line here.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
Alright, cabin is ready. Alright, so as we approach the runway, we'll get our lights on. Make sure our transponder TCAS is on and our weather radar. And we're going to backtrack down 5. This is the way we came in on 2-3. We had those 20 gusting 29 winds as we came in here. So according to the charts, this runway here, what's this, 3618, is actually closed. It's in the sim, but yeah. There's Kevin coming up. Oki should be coming along shortly. I can see his lights flashing. yeah, maybe this is the scenery. We got some colorful buildings around, and so we're basically going to be heading out this way at 4,400 feet, swinging back around, crossing overhead at about 5,600 feet or higher, and then continuing that right turn out as we climb out for our departure. Not a usual departure, mainly because of the terrain and everything that's around. Oh, looks like we got drifting snow. Due to terrain and mountains and islands and stuff all in the area here. We don't really have a turnaround circle. We'll just do it nice and tight here. There we go. Alright, so everything is on. We'll make sure our VOR1 is on, so we're going to get the arrow pointing to the beacon. We'll get our spoilers armed, TO config done, ding the back, make sure they're ready to go. And here we go. Adak Island traffic, Skyways 5556, departing runway 04. Engines to 40. Brakes released. Takeoff power set. Manflex 59 degrees SRS. And heading. Sorry, my levers were slightly misaligned. It's 100 knots. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
The traffic details want to say heavy 605 back, flight number 23.
Alright, autopilot on. Following that 54 degrees off of the beacon is this line here, which is fine. So we're going to turn to match that line. Thrust climb. Turn these lights off now. It's 2,600 feet, still climbing. There's S speed, flaps up.
Station calling unreadable. Thank you. Adak traffic, 624, that's who I am for hold short, runway 05.
There's Oki.
That's better. Yeah, looks like I was muted.
3,400 feet, 1,000 to go. We'll begin that right turn. You can see the ice, the mountains. We came in around this mountain last time as we were coming in. Alright, so we're going to begin our right turn. We'll head towards the the beacon. These are standard procedures for the airport here, which is why we're following them.
Adak, something this is rolling on your flight on the Adak.
And see, there's the beacon is there, so we're gonna come around, so we're flying towards it. There's the airport.
Adak, traffic 160 for enter, but track takeoff from Rudder.
There we go.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet.
Through
You may now
10,000
turn on
feet.
your larger portable electronic devices.
Turn off those
This is also
lights.
a reminder
Adak,
to
traffic
please
51 heavy
seat belt
towards.
fasten while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lobby.
There's the airport down below. We took off this way, out over the water. You can see Oki's lights down there on the taxiway.
Turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Alright, now that we're coming up towards thing, we can go up to our flight level of, what was it, 350? Yeah, 350. So we'll get ourselves heading up for that. And we've crossed over Adak Island. So we can now head direct to our next waypoint. There we go. And we'll resume our climb. As we loop around, and everything is good. So as mentioned, there's no arrival into our destination. We'll be going basically down to the airport and doing a teardrop. So we're going to come over CDB in VOR. And then we'll be heading out and around to intercept the ILS, although we should be able to, I'm going to come down and check that in here. So if we're coming in on the ILS for 15.
Adak, traffic 51 take on the overhead relay on the Adak street departure for Adak Island, and currently 34 miles from Yoke.
Should give us a transition, which it's not, because there is one in the thing. So if we go back to our flight plan, and is it after DUT? Yeah, after DUT. If we go to UNETE, UNETE, insert that. So that, then UNETE. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. CDB. Two
Adak,
five
stopping time 13,400
4, 10.
vertical separation.
That one. Did that give me what I wanted? Actually, that's not what I want. It did give me what I want, but that's not it, because that is that there. So if I clear that and insert, and I go CDB, and I go 264 at 10. CDB 274 at 10, as they're building the DME arc in here. CDB 284 at 10.
Adak, stopping pieces for 5 days, currently 5 miles ahead in and is in returning to flight.
CDB
Convince you for the
294 at 10. CDB 304 at 10. CDB 314 at 10. And CDB 324 at 10. That should do it. So if we come up here to our plan, yeah, there we go. We come in, we do our arc, and then we come in for the ILS. Very good.
5556, could you please give your estimated distance to Lonus and your estimated altitude of crossing?
Sorry, can you say again for Skyways 5556?
Could you please give your estimated altitude you're crossing the Lonook at and your distance?
Roger, we are crossing flight level 257. Airspeed is 0.75, and we are 5.5 from Lonook.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Alright, so that is done there. Flight plan is all in and set. We are climbing up nicely. We got just under 500 miles to go. And see the islands of the Aleutian chain laid out behind us. We just crossed Lonook now. And basically we're going to be flying up the chain for a bit. So as we're crossing through 2,700 feet, we'll settle into the back for a little bit of brief entertainment. And I'm going to go put the kettle on, grab a nice cup of tea. I'll bring that down and we'll hide that, and you can see where we are. See, we're just north of Oakland Oceanic. We're in Anchorage Oceanic, but they are not online right now. So everything is nice and quiet. Just gonna take a look over at Cold Bay, see what we got. No outbounds, and just the three of us heading inbound at this point in time. So we take up a nice, oh no, go away. If we take up a nice position over here, we should see some of the islands passing by outside as we are cruising along. So I'll leave you with this. I'll throw up the in-flight entertainment, and we'll be back for the briefing and arrival when we get there.
boom, 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 boom.
If the rhythm's been too dreamy, and you like your trumpet screaming, that's when you should call to see me, 'cause I've got swing for sale. If you think a waltz is horrid, and you like your rhythm torrid, till it makes you mop your forehead, I've got swing for sale.
Rhythm's what this country needs. For years and years I've said, if you buy from me, it's COD. I sell swing, but not for credit.
Boom, 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 boom.
When I was a child, I thought quite a lot of the famous people in the storybooks I got. As I grew inside, so did I grow wise, and I've learned some things that really opened up my eyes. But in spite of everything I learned, there's one old guy who still ain't high as far as I'm concerned.
Old King Cole, am a very old soul.
But the old boy loves to have his fling.
King Cole, I'm a very old soul.
But he waved his scepter with a swing. Here is a man who never fooled around, but daily he makes me see a G. And now he's up yonder with a ring around.
They call for Mr. Christian, and what's on of you today?
Old King Cole is a noisy old soul.
Because he had his fling, and because he liked to swing.
I went down in history.
So perhaps there's a chance for me. Have you got any cats that you want to fill, baby?
Such a lack of good manners, you should swallow my throat, Henry.
I'll get out my scissors, that cut.
You got any mortgages you want to have paid, baby?
After all my adventures are through.
I love
Help! Help! Jailbreak! Help!
Why don't they let me sleep?
Moment, our lovely flight attendants
This
will be
is your
starting our
town
in-flight
crier
service.
again.
We'll be serving
The
complimentary drinks
music
and snacks.
fades,
Premium
and the
drinks
big
are available for a
partying
small charge.
celebrants
Please note,
bid
we
us
only accept
adieu,
credit cards.
happy with the memories of the Bookland frolic. All is well. All is well. bring you some candy for the picnic.
Oh, thank you.
And I brought some cigars. Have one, Popeye?
Oh, thanks, Pluto.
April Fool!
Well, what do you know? April Fool. Oh my gosh, a blowout. Oh, no flats in front.
April Fool!
Why, you big palooka.
Popeye, can't you take a joke? I'll set the table, Pluto, and you chop some firewood.
Okay, Olive.
I'll chop some wood for you, Olive.
Why, that no good runt.
April Fool. You dirty rat.
Popeye, where's your sense of humor?
Got a match, pal?
I likes the fire with me pipe.
This gag will burn him up.
Why, you
April Fool!
I'd like to April Fool that guy.
Popeye, would you mind serving the lemonade?
April Fool!
What's going on here? Cut it out.
April Fool!
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
Hey, Popeye, come and get it!
Hot dog's coming up. Olive, what happened? Huh?
Explosive hot dog. You and your April Fool jokes. I don't think that's funny.
April Fool!
Come on, Pluto. Let's go rowing.
Okay, lover girl. That Popeye sure is a sucker for an April Fool gag.
Pluto!
some people who believe in ghosts, and there are some people who don't. If you're the believe in ghosts kind, then this story is about one. And if you're the don't believe in ghosts kind, well, just for fun, this story is about one anyway. His name was Casper, and he was surely the most unusual ghost there ever was, or wasn't, depending on how you feel about it. Every night, stroke of 12, his brothers and sisters scampered out joyously to frighten the folk of the neighborhood. Not Casper. He'd rather stay home and not frighten people, which goes to show how unusual he really was.
Wake up, Casper! Time to scare people!
Casper just doesn't like to scare people. Guess it sounds sort of silly, but well, he'd just rather make friends with them. For ages, and Casper just couldn't stand it any longer. So, Casper decided to leave home to seek new environments where he might forget he's a ghost and make friends with the world.
Good morning, friends. Hello. 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 My name is Bonnie. My name is Johnny. What's yours? My name is my name is Casper. Do you want to play with us? You mean it? Me? You wanna play with me? Mother, meet our new friend Casper. Hello.
Somebody, get that ghost out of here. Don't you come near us. Go on home. You go on where you belong.
If you're the believe in ghost stories kind, this is what happened. And if you're the don't believe in ghost stories kind, well, this is what happened anyway.
280 miles from top of descent, so we're going to start prepping, getting a look at what we have here. First of all, we got a message. Just going to come in here and clear that so we can get it off the screen. There we go. Get him back over to flight plan. We're also going to check our No, the weather's closing in, definitely. We're going to check just to make sure our route is good. There's the arc. And I just want to see where... This is our next point, so we're going to do a little bit of clearing out. Take out that disco. So what we actually want is to take out that CDB. We're going to come around the arc. And then go to... There's the disco out. Yeah, we're going to come around the arc, then we're going to go to Deads, then Jagno, and then down to the runway. So that's all entered in nicely now, and as we did just after takeoff, we entered in the DME arc. So that is all looking good. So there's our turn. So let's grab the weather. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin. I'll see if it pops up. So the current weather down at Cold Bay is now in the chat. Winds are 150 at 12 knots, 10 miles of visibility, but as Oki mentioned, we have scattered at 2800, overcast at 3600. Currently 4 degrees, so a little bit warmer than where we left. QNH of 3049. Still high pressure, but not as high as it was, so we'll dial that in on our standby. So that is set. Top of descent is coming up. Let's see. Kevin said there is a possible message here, so let's go over to our messages. Not seeing anything. Is that where it should come in? Anyway, we can come down here and get our next phase entered in for the arrival. So 3049 is our barrow, 30.49 inches. Temperature is, yeah, I don't have Hoppy set up. Winds of 150 at 12. I've never gotten into that, so it's a new one for me. So we're going to be coming in straight in on the ILS. It's a 275 for minimums. The barrel. That's going to be a full flap landing, which gives us an approach speed of 136 knots. So we have a platform altitude of 1,800 feet. So again, we pop back down to our flight plan. See 8,300 here at UD, and then the slow descent downwards as we come down. And Dead's at 42. Jingo at 1800. Dead's is actually 2700, so we're going to hard put that in there. Insert. I'm actually going to come in here and change that to a hard 2700. Let it recalculate. There we go. 2700 and 1800 for there. I don't know why that's put it into the speed section. Speed constraint, we should be 210. That's better.
This is one correction. Speed towards 1 Andy is leaving flight number 370 for 2700 inbound for the ILS. Runway 15, Cold Bay.
Okay, you're really climbing up on me, Kevin. In fact, I can see you back there. So, just be aware, you're getting close. I'm only doing, I don't know why I'm so slow, actually. Why am I so slow? Yeah. I don't know why it's got my speed set at such a slow slow number. Yeah, you're now like right over on me on the TCAS. Why does it think I'm in approach phase? Oh, for some reason it, I don't know. It kicked on to approach phase for some reason. I must have misclicked. Oops.
We're basically taking for separating office 10 degrees to ensure separation and increase speed to Mach 2.
Yeah, you get ahead of me. That's somehow I misclicked. And yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure when that happened. I must have accidentally hit it. Anyway, we're gonna set 1800 in, get ready for our descent, and we'll make sure Kevin is well ahead of us. In fact, there he goes over there. Slowly picking our speed back up again, which is fine. Alright, so we're going to start down. Cold Bay area traffic Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 350 for the arrival into Cold Bay. We'll maintain a descent speed of 260 knots to allow for separation from the air tours. Alright, so down we go. We'll peg that at 260. Kevin's over there. I can just make out his contrail. And we'll slow early as well so that he can keep that separation. starting to scroll back. We're on a minimal descent right now. There he is. Alright, so I'm going to remove the map. You can see the airport just up here on this chain of islands. And we're now heading for. Just remember to move the chat box back to its regular position. Yeah, it's get it while you can. You know, you got what, 5 days until you're doing it for real. Alright, speed's creeping, so we're going to hold that 260. And we're going to let Kevin get in front of us. See some of the interesting, I guess those are volcanic mountaintops, all dormant volcanoes. Oh, they're peeking up there. This Kevin's a lot lower than we are. We got a bit of separation between us and Oki, so I'm going to bring her back to 250. Make sure that we don't end up too close to Kevin there. Weather's definitely looking overcast and scattered clouds. Just work the speed brakes.
6, just for your information, we're holding speed 330 current, and we're going to be slowing to 250 after 10.
Roger, we're holding 250, and we'll make sure we slip in behind, and we'll reduce as required to give you or give us separation from you.
That's good.
Alright, there's 27,000 feet. Again, must have misclicked there and when entering in all the information. And accidentally started the approach phase, which reduced us to green dot speed, which is rather annoying when you're in cruise. Not sure if there's any way out of that, except for going to manual speed control. Coming off the speed brake and going back on just to make sure she doesn't ding at us. Just keeping an eye out for Kevin. He should be passing us. So there's 25,000 feet. We'll get the seatbelts on in the back. We're going to be flying over this main island and then kind of skimming across a couple others before we hit the airport. Although technically we're just going to the north of the airport. Yeah, I don't... I mean, that's the only reason I can think of that it would go into approach mode, but... That's, annoying. I'll just blame it on the big A310 passing me on the left somewhere out there. Yeah, okay, there's the caution. Bring it back out again. Keep that speed pegged. Come back to 230 now. Well, this was definitely not the aircraft. I mean, I've flown it often enough that I know that. This was me misclicking and not catching it. Not seeing Kevin out there, so not sure exactly where he is. He's not showing on the TCAS either. He was briefly. Speed's back to 230 now. I'll just hold here. Hopefully give him enough space to get in. Down there. Kevin, you're not getting ahead of me here. I'm gonna have to turn for spacing in a second. I'm only 30 miles out. Colbert area traffic skyways 5556 turning heading 000 for spacing.
Sorry, I stepped on you there. If you could throw the greens up, I'm at the MO with Kurt and we're not making any room.
Yeah, there's Kevin there. Not sure if we can see him. Just cruising along there. So I'm gonna do a big S turn here, give him some spacing. Yeah, I know. There he is. Flying under him. We'll keep that speed as well. Alright, we're through standard. So we'll switch over, and that's 3049.
Cool, by traffic beating type of heavy currently at 1000 foot. So I speed 250 and contain descent 2700 foot.
Cold Bay area traffic, Skyways 5556 commencing a left turn for spacing. We'll bring it around and rejoin our course into the arrival for the ILS 15 at Cold Bay. Keep that 230 speed. I know the speed brakes are out. There is a reason for that. The reason being your pilot's a bit of a dope. There's Oki coming in now. So Oki, I'm doing a 360 in front of you, just so you're aware.
Currently at 1,141 miles from Udeki, inbound Adak.
All right. Keep that going around. Oh, there's Oki there. I just saw his lights. We're going to go direct to Unity.
Looks like it's for ground. I'm speeding up to 290.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any
Roger, we'll go to Green Dot and we'll let you get by us. Oh, well, this has turned into a bit of a mess.
Complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and show any larger electronics.
Alright, speed is coming down. We'll let Oki get by us. He's actually off to our right now. We're slowing right down. Alright, so let's get in here. We can turn off the music as we concentrate a little bit more than we have been doing. He's out this way, he's moving ahead of us. So we'll just hold back here at, what is it, 208? Slowly, there he is. Slowly descending in. I don't know how I went from being in the lead to being in the tail. Well, I do know how. I messed up. It's that easy. Somehow I turned on my metric mode. Turn that off. Scroll out, we can see, so Oki's about 4.5 miles in front of us now. Just keep our speed down as we come in. And then I think when we hit the DME arc, we'll go down to flaps 1, and that will help keep us slowed down a little bit as well. When we get to the airport, we're going to be landing and then getting off at Charlie and parking at the apron there for the hangars in the apron right beside the control tower. So exiting at Charlie. It's about 8,000 foot down the runway. Alright, so he's past 5 miles. There he is. I can see him in the distance there going by, so everything is looking good. Outdoor temperature is currently -6 and we're heading into the clouds. So we'll get the anti-ice up and going. And we'll turn on our landing systems as well. ICDB is correct. 1103 localizer's already showing. That is good. Last thing for the back. There's Oki's lights. So he's 7 or 8 miles ahead, so we'll have good spacing by the time we come in and land. So we have a altitude of 6,800, 6985 at UT, and see how much we're currently below the path. We're already there, so we're just slowly coming in. No, that's fine. I messed up, so I'm the one that's got to make all the corrections to get out of everybody's way. That's the way it works. So we're going to maintain this little 500-foot descent. And so he is about 8 miles out. We'll just hold this for a bit as we slowly work our way down. And you can see the islands and everything as we're coming up to. So a little bit of an issue there when we came in, but obviously it was correctable. And just got to solve the problem and then figure it out and how to deal with it, which we did. So Oki's on the arc. Five miles to go. And like I said, we'll go flaps when we hit the arc. Alright, glide slope is appearing. And we're holding green dot. So speed brakes up, one auto brake low. Colby area traffic, Skyways 5556 over UD for the DME ARC ILS 15 Gold Bay. Alright, so we're going to go flaps 1. That'll bring us down to about 87, our slat speed. There we are going into the clouds. So after Deads, we've got a almost 8-mile run to Jagno where we intercept the ILS.
Currently fully established, ILS 1565.
So everything is looking good. Oki's turning, Kevin's coming in. See Oki ahead of us, about 8 miles out. I'm just going to keep this nice slow descent going. And our VAP of 136 is good.
Cover traffic details from the go ahead. Currently short final short speed of 140 knots.
There's no rain or anything in the forecast, although they are forecasting fog later, much later. And a lot higher winds. Actually, the fog could happen anytime. The winds could be gusting up to 25 and we could get fog. So hasn't fogged done yet, or if it might just be starting to happen now. That's all good. So we're back on our profile. So we're edging down, making our turn. I'm going to bring our speed back to 165. Flaps 2. Speed coming back. So we're coming around the corner here for the intercept. It's interesting. I'm not sure where she's going. Spin her around the other way. I think those two close by waypoints might have confused it. It's just about to hit the approach button too, and it decided to turn off on its own. So we'll get it to a 30 degree for the intercept. So heading on 120. She's coming across. There's the localizer capturing. Lock star. There's the rollout. heading in. Just make out the airport. Kolbe area traffic skyways 5556 established localizer runway 15. Wow, this is turning into quite the adventure. So lights are all on, cabin final ding, notified anti-ice is on. We'll leave it on, we got some tendrils coming down. Auto brakes are set to low, speed brake is armed, or ground spoilers are armed. So flaps and gear. Just watching here, coming in on the glide slope. Very Arctic-y up here. Very cool looking. Alright, I can see the lights flashing on the runway. Okay, should let me know when he's clear. Glide slope capture. There we go. Flaps 3. Gear down. Kolbe area traffic skyways 5556 fully established. ILS runway 15, 6.5 miles out. And flaps full. All right. So flaps down, full, flaps full, auto brake is on, ground spoilers armed, gear down 3 green, cabin notified, landing memo no blue. Yeah, very much a very wintry scene. Coming into the Aleutians here. Winds are a little bit off of the right nose. Yeah, this tundra on the ground here reminds me of when I was up in the
1,000
Northwest Territories, up at Yellowknife. $1,000 to go. Winds are dying and a little bit more down the nose, which is good. Said it would be about 5 knots. Not too bad. Almost straight down the nose.
500.
I have control. Not sure if that's a good idea today, given the way I've been flying so far, but we'll see.
100 above. Minimum.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Reverser's on. I'm going to keep them low. The Airbuses, I do have the ability to play with how much reverse. There's Delta. Alright, reverser's off. Auto brakes off. Thank you, Okie. And there's the guys sitting over there. Now, where am I going to park? That's the question.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 10:32 a.m. and it's currently about 43 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight.
Get the tiller on.
Thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Speed's below 40 knots. Alright, so flaps coming up, speed brakes disarmed. Lights are off. Colbert area traffic, Skyways 5556 clear, runway 15. Let's turn that off and that off. So where are we gonna park? I think we're going to come in here and we're going to swing it around in front of the hangars here. And we'll do something like this. Alright, there we go. Parking brake is on. Alright, let's get the APU up and going. We'll get some heat in here. Come over to our panel. Bring up the ground services, chocks, and GPU. External power on. Start the APU. Kill the engines. Beacon light can come off. Taxi light can come off. Ground equipment is coming in. Fuel pumps will all go off. We'll turn on the APU bleed, so when that comes up, it'll just kick over. Flight directors and landing systems are
This
off.
parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah, I know. Let's get some stairs. There they are. They're coming around now.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
And we'll start the deboarding process as soon as they are ready. Alright, so everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Kevin and Okie, thanks for flying along. Always great fun to have you guys here as we fly into an area I've never been to, up in the Aleutians here. It's been fantastic, and we'll carry on next week. Next flight is tomorrow. We'll be flying Fly 2 out of Manchester, heading back to Egypt on another nice long holiday run.
The boarding passenger's bus is coming.
Hope to see you there. we will catch you all on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.